And welcome in Strategies for a Living on this, can you believe it's Monday, almost the end of the month, February the 25th, 2019. I'm Tom Pace, your guest strategist, host for David McMillan. And you know what, I'm thrilled every Monday that I get to do this. We're live on Suddenlink. That's your cable channel provider for Bossier. I think it's Claiborne and Webster parishes. And you know what, when we bring the guest in, I consider them to be people that you would want to maybe be able to talk to visit with, but can't always do it because of the nature of their jobs, that maybe they don't have the time to sit. So I'm going to play like I'm you and ask some questions of a great man who is the chancellor here at BIPSI, Dr. Rick Bateman. And I tell you what, Dr. Bateman, a smart man who has been in education just the better part of his life. And we're going to be talking to him in just a minute about Bossier Parish Community College, stepping stones, where he came from, and what is education and the higher learning that you get at community colleges, what does that mean to our communities and to those looking to get a good paying job. So we're going to be talking about that in about 2 minutes. Let's see, an update. Well, let's see, weather. Was it not beautiful for the crew of Centaur? I mean, after the whatever rains came, it was still nice. Everybody had a good time. About 250,000 turned out, a little small crowd. And then you had the crew of Barkus and Meow. That was yesterday, and it was over there by the Reeves Marine Building, just down from CenturyLink, and all the dogs and cats got to show their stuff, and the kids too. And I don't know if there was a ferret or not, or maybe there was a goat. There was a good friend of mine had Simon the goat. Simon no more is with us, but Simon would dress up as a biker or an LSU, and I had my picture made with Simon. But that's another story. And here's the big story. For everyone that commutes here to Bossier Parish Community College from maybe downtown or uses the Texas Street Bridge, or many people will call it the Huey P. Long Bridge. Right now, today, I just spoke with Aaron Mills at Department of Transportation and Development. Today through Wednesday, it actually started yesterday through the 26th. So that'll be through Tuesday. They're putting up a concrete barrier that's going to allow the contractor to work on one side of the bridge. There'll still be 2 lanes of traffic, but it will be reduced to 1 lane each direction, and the pedestrian walkway will still be there. So all that's going to start this Wednesday, so be aware of it. If you're expecting to just blow down through that bridge, not going to happen. So you're going to have to leave yourself some additional time, and it will be that way for about a year, maybe a little longer. Prayers, please. And congratulations to the LS&U Tigers, the basketball team, 7-0, undefeated. Go Tigers. Now, let us welcome in a guest, a man, as they say, who needs no introduction, but we're going to do it anyway. He took Dr. Jim Henderson's place when Dr. Henderson took over the main job of being in charge of all the community colleges across the state of Louisiana. His name is Dr. Rick Bateman. Dr. Bateman, welcome in.
Good afternoon, Tom.
Well, it's so good to see you, sir. And let's see, didn't you celebrate for BIPSI 50-year anniversary last year?
We did. The 2017-2018 academic year saw the 50th year of BIPSI's existence. We started out as the 13th and 14th grade of Airline High School back in 1967. So it was a milestone year for us, and we enjoyed celebrating the history and the tradition one of the things that I'm going to remember fondly, you mentioned Jim Henderson just a moment ago, and he did move forward from BIPSI to become the president of Northwestern, and now he is the president of the University of Louisiana system. But we had him and all of the other former chancellors living, and representatives from their families if they had passed on, and we awarded them each with honorary associate degrees in the humane letters. And so Jim, Tom Carlton, and the other chancellors received that.
Dr.
that
Carlton, a
recognition.
great man, he used to marry alligators, if you remember.
I heard about that.
Yes, he did do that. That's another story, kids. So the rest of the story is, you're not doing that. What you're doing is you're marrying technology with jobs that people can actually earn a living, but maybe not necessarily get a degree. Is that right?
Well, we do offer associate degrees,
Sure
but
you
we
do.
also offer certificate training that is for credit, that is non-credit. We provide training for folks, for adults, as well as traditional aged recent high school graduates. And you're right, you're absolutely right. What we exist to do is to provide business and industry in our area with a competitive advantage by developing a workforce that is trained and competent and ready to go on day one. A lot of our students transfer to universities, and we have great relationships with our four-year university partners, but we also train folks to go straight into the workplace. And those curricula are influenced by members of business and industry that serve on our advisory committees and make sure that the training we provide prepares folks to hit the ground running and get great paying jobs.
Well, you have a culinary arts degree, and you also train a lot of the EMTs. Is that
right.
correct?
That's right. That's right.
Are those credit courses, or are those the non-credit?
We do credit and non-credit training in both of those areas. But the EMT program leads to a paramedic, and then those paramedics are in high demand. We provide training for our region, but we also do some compressed video to extend our training into other areas of the state where they don't have those sorts of programs available.
Well, you see, ladies and gentlemen, you talk about education. A lot of people go, well, why do I need a four-year liberal arts degree? I'm ready to hit the ground running doing whatever I like to do, maybe doing computers, maybe programming HTML, or whatever is your, maybe making apps. And you have taken that to the people, actually, and here you are on the precipice of the next decade. Now, you've had 50 years, now you're going into the next decade. I see that you're BIPSI proud. What does that mean?
We use that hashtag BIPSI Proud quite a bit in our social media, and it's almost always attached to just points of pride. We've got, we served 19,000 unique individuals last year.
Wait a minute, 19,000?
19,000 unique folks we touched last year, and that's in our credit and in our non-credit, in our adult education, our continuing education workforce, customized workforce training programs. So that really tells the story of the impact that BIPSI is having in this community. 19,000 unique individuals. And so we're very, very proud of that. And when we tell the story about things that are happening well, or that are happening at the college that we want folks to know about, we use that hashtag BIPSI Proud.
Hashtag, let's see what they do. Hashtag
that's right.
BIPSI Proud.
That's right.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Rick Bateman, who is the chancellor here, soon to be this year 4 years.
That's right.
As the head man here.
That's
but
right.
you've been in, Northwest Louisiana 5 years?
That's right. In Northwest Louisiana 5 years, in Louisiana for 10 years. I arrived in Louisiana to serve as the Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs and Student Success at Sewella Technical Community College. And did that for 5 years before moving up here.
Now, see, a lot of people are going to go, Sewella. Well, Sewella is, Sewella what? What is Sewella?
So Sewella, is older than BIPSI even. When I was at Sewella, we celebrated our 75th anniversary. So Sewella is 80 plus, and it started out as a technical college in service of the 5 parishes of Southwest Louisiana. And when I arrived there in 2009, the college was working. The mission of the college had expanded to become a comprehensive community college, and so I was a part of the first effort to earn SACS accreditation for Sewella when I was there. I'm very proud of that.
Sewella actually is an acronym, and it stands for?
Southwest Louisiana.
You got that. Okay. And I think I got about 4 minutes, so we're going to take
boy.
this segment here. CHIME. You use an acronym called CHIME. Does that mean we all get to chime in, or what?
Well, it means that the college has a responsibility to chime in. And we have a responsibility to chime in on workforce development in our region. And so we use CHIME to help remember what those 5 most important areas are. And they include cyber, healthcare, industrial technology and manufacturing, as well as energy services. So understanding that we exist to meet workforce needs in our region and understanding our regional economy, that's going to cover the major bases there when you understand what CHIME is.
Well, congratulations. I was just looking, because we're live on my Facebook video feed, I looked down, Denny Rogers, the head man over there at Landers Dodge, Jeep, Chrysler, any car, truck you need, is watching.
Very nice.
On our live Facebook video feed. So thank you, Mr. Denny. And congratulations. Did you know Trey Rogers just got married about a week
I
or
did
so?
hear about that.
Yes, congratulations, young Trey. Now, so that's going to take right now up to break. Now, when we come back, there's a couple of 3 areas I want to talk to Dr. Henderson about. What role does he play in the overall grand scheme of things for the state of Louisiana? Also, what are some of the strategic plans that he has getting ready for? And here's the big one: pay equity in education. Now, teachers everywhere are underpaid and overworked, or overworked and underpaid, but either way, they need more money. We're going to talk to him. What about the technical colleges, and what about Bossier Parish Community College? How is everybody compensated? Is it equal or what? So stand by. It is Strategies for Living. I'm Tom Pace from the Talk of the Town, your host this afternoon, expecting a high of 62 degrees. We'll be right back after this quick break.
A promise was made. A promise that hit the beaches of Normandy. A covenant that split the skies over Berlin. A vow that captured Iwo Jima. A promise was made. A solemn oath that liberated Seoul. A sacred trust that defended Khe Sanh. A pact that dug in Da Nang. A contract that weathered Tet. A promise was made. A pledge that stormed the desert in Iraq. A bond that patrolled door to door in Fallujah. An IOU that braved IEDs in Kandahar. A promise was made to America's veterans. A promise we all must keep. DAV fights for all veterans and their families so they get the health care, financial benefits, and support they earned. If you're a veteran who needs help, or you'd like to help us keep the promise, visit DAV.org.
It's been more than 5 minutes. No, it hasn't.
Hey, can you two
I
keep
want
down
it.
for
It's
me?
my turn. No, it isn't.
Please, just keep it down.
I remember days when just driving down the street would give me anxiety. And now look at me.
Don't get me wrong, I still don't love crowded places. But it's good to get out again.
Noises like that used to make me hit the deck. But now, I can keep going.
Transitioning from the military can be tough. We all have unique experiences, but many veterans are facing similar challenges. Life goes on, but some things are different now. Visit MakeTheConnection.net to watch our stories and learn ways to create the story you want to live. No one can write it for you. Make sure it's a good one. Make the Connection.
I'm 5'11", barely 5'4".
I weigh about 170 pounds.
Brown eyes.
Blue eyes.
Brown hair.
Gray hair.
I'm a baseball fanatic.
I'm a wife.
A mom. A sister.
And a grandfather.
I'm a bodybuilder.
I'm a research analyst.
Small business owner.
Teacher.
Dance fitness instructor.
Film and television actor.
I'm an office clerk.
I'm a copywriter. I'm a veteran.
I have a prosthetic leg.
I have multiple sclerosis.
I have lupus.
Cerebral palsy.
Post-traumatic stress disorder.
I'm blind.
And I'm working in a job I love.
I love
because I was given a chance.
Because I was given a chance
to contribute my skills and talents.
To show my disability is only one part of who I am.
Who I am.
Who I am.
At work, it's what people can do that matters.
For more information, visit whatcanyoudocampaign.org.
And welcome back. Strategies for a Living on this Monday, February the 25th, 2019. Tom Pace, your guest strategist host, sitting in for David McMillan, who occupied this chair for many years, but now doing his own thing 5 nights a week on 710 Keel from 7 till 8 o'clock. Thanks to Jonathan Elmore over here with the Communications Division for okaying my sitting in this chair. It is a great esteemed honor. And speaking of an honor, again, Dr. Rick Bateman, the Chancellor for Bossier Parish Community College, our special guest today. And we were talking a moment ago about hashtag BIPSYProud. Mm-hmm. There's got to be some other things. Now, you talked about it, but there's got to be some other things that you're really proud of.
Oh, every day there is something amazing that happens at BIPSY, and we try to tell that story through our social media and through our press releases. So if you don't follow us on Facebook or Twitter, Instagram, please do that. That's where we tell our story. But something happened just this last weekend that I'd love to share with the audience. Marjorie Harper is our director over student life, and she was recognized by APCA. APCA is the Association for the Promotion of Campus Activities. It's a national organization of student life professionals, and she received a Lifetime Achievement Award for her dedication and her commitment, her service in the area of student life here at BIPSY. So we're super proud of her.
Now, wait a minute. Say her name again, Marjorie?
Marjorie Harper.
Harper. Is she a teacher? How long has she been here?
She's the director of student life at Bossier Parish Community College. So she oversees all of our campus activities, our student government association, any event that's taking place on campus, she's helped to bring it into being.
Well, congratulations to Marjorie Harper.
Yeah.
Now, wasn't there a student that received some special honor?
Well, our student government association, BIPSY is blessed to have just a wonderful number of students that give of themselves and serve as student leaders. And the SGA this year was also recognized by APCA with the National Event of the Year Award. And what they did in order to earn that recognition was they had this positivity project during Suicide Prevention Week, where they set up boards all over campus where folks can leave positive messages for students to help them get through difficult or challenging times. And that activity was a part of Cavaliers Care Week, and it was recognized nationally as the student event of the year. So we had our student life director as well as our student government association receive national awards, and that happened just this last weekend. So we're BIPSY proud.
Congratulations. That is awesome. And I'm just telling you, we're getting a lot of feedback on our live Facebook video. And a question, Dr. Bateman, how is technology and robotics going to modify the face of 2-year college education that goes right back to strategic planning?
Yeah.
How is that?
So we've got to keep up. One of the important roles that community colleges play in the higher education ecosystem is flexibility. Being able to turn on a dime to help our industry partners, our business owners, maintain a competitive advantage in the marketplace. We've got to be able to adapt to changing needs in the workforce, robotics, mechatronics, automation, artificial intelligence. All of those things are things that we're thinking about, things that we talk about regularly with our advisory committees to make sure that our curriculum is aligned to meet those needs.
Now, and that being said, your strategic plan is a whole umbrella, if you will, for BIPSY, but aren't you also a member of a larger organization for the state of Louisiana?
Sure. BIPSY is a 2-year college. We are a member of the Louisiana Community and Technical College System. The system office is based in Baton Rouge, and there are 12 campuses that make up the LCTCS. And so I serve on the President's Advisory Council for chancellors, and our president of a 2-year college system in the state is Monty Sullivan, and as we mentioned earlier, former BIPSI Chancellor Jim Henderson is the president of the University of Louisiana System, a similar collection of independent colleges.
Okay, now, and you've touched on a lot of things, but I think there's one big question. It goes back to compensation for skills. And I'm talking about specifically teachers and administrators in just say the community college system. Now we know that coming up in May, I think Bossier Parish Schools will put a item on the ballot for people to vote to give the teachers and students, the teachers, some needed pay raise. But what about technical colleges? How are you compensated, and is it fair and equitable?
It's a great question, Tom. At BIPSI, we conducted last year a comprehensive salary equity study, and we found that many of our folks, when we benchmarked their salaries against other two-year college professionals, faculty and staff professionals across the state, that they were not being paid equitably. That salary study led us to create salary ranges for each of our positions, and then to establish a goal that we would get all of our folks to the 50th percentile within that range. And we were able to do that this year. Here's the sad part. Even at the 50th percentile of the range that folks are paid in two-year colleges, we're still not competitive because we compete not just with other two-year colleges, we compete with K-12 for instructional talent, and we compete with the universities. Many of the folks that we bring on board at BIPSI could be credentialed to teach at Louisiana Tech, at Northwestern, at Grambling, and we compete for the same faculty, and we've got to get our pay up in order to be competitive.
How will you be able to do that? I mean, who pays you? Where does the money come from?
So another great question. So our funding streams are this. We have an allocation from the state of Louisiana that makes up about 30% of our operational budget. 7 out of $10 that we operate with comes from tuition and fees, so what we would call self-generated revenue. So the overwhelming majority of the resources that we have in order to operate as an institution and to compensate our people comes from tuition and fees. And so it's extraordinarily important that we find ways to grow enrollment so as to better pay our folks.
Well, I'm looking here. I've got about 3 minutes, and you brought up a great topic that I'm sure a lot of people are wanting to know. How does the tuition structure here compare? Is it fair to the students, and are there opportunities for scholarships and other grants?
Yeah. BIPSI awarded almost $100,000 in scholarship aid to students just last semester. So, scholarships are extraordinarily important, and tuition, we need to be careful. We have not raised tuition at BIPSI for the last 2 years.
Wait a minute. For 2 years,
you've had the same.
What about this coming year?
This coming year, we don't intend on raising tuition.
What is the tuition? Just kind of a benchmark.
Students right now in tuition and fees, they pay about $2,400 per semester to come to BIPSI as a full-time student.
And that doesn't include books or things?
It does not include books, but we've done some remarkable things in the textbook space where more and more of our courses are being aligned with what are called open educational resources. Those are free textbooks that are available to students, and we're using that as a way to keep costs down for students as well.
I'll tell you what, this time has gone so quickly, Dr.
Can't believe it.
Dr. Bateman. Thank you so much for being a part of this today.
Thank you for having me.
God bless you. And God bless BIPSI as they go forth into the next decade, starting their 51st year this year. Thanks to Dr. Rick Bateman, Chancellor for Bossier Parish Community College. I'm Tom Pace, your strategist host for Strategies for Living, subbing for David McMillan. May God bless you and keep you, and remember to help one another, because that's what we're here for. We'll see you next Monday with another special guest on Strategies for Living. Have a great day.